was not, I clicked to go live and it didn't do anything or say anything, or not say anything, but it didn't say I was. So that's why I was like, am I or am I not? Hey, Janessa. Hey, Alexandra. Oh my gosh. So today, y'all, we're going to have fun. Hey, Janet. Today is Janessa's look. I do believe this is Troll Play number 41. And Janessa requested this, y'all. I should be embarrassed. Janessa requested this look on June 30th. And she requested a Halloween look. And so we know Summerween, which I never heard of until recently. Michelle was talking about in a video a while ago. And I'm like, where is that? But it is a thing. So she requested bright pumpkin orange, a limey green. Yeah, I wrote it down. Y'all know I write stuff down. And a bright blue leaning purple. And I have an idea. So I didn't do anything to my face, y'all. And I didn't even do, not even, hey Nina, saying I half-assed my skincare does not say it all, because I got up and I think it was going on 6 o'clock. And so I'm like, I need to mail this package, because I meant to mail it on Monday, but then I slept late and I didn't. Well, not late, but you know, my schedule is flipped because I'm nocturnal. And so I said, well, I'll mail it on Tuesday, and I didn't. And so today I'm like, I need to get up and go drop off this package. So I got up, brushed my teeth, of course, and I didn't even do skincare. I didn't even put on lotion. Got up, brushed my teeth, brushed my hair, put on my Squid bra t-shirt, my Skechers, and I went to the post office. Came back home, excuse me for that clank, and fixed my breakfast, which is oatmeal and Vietnamese cinnamon. Y'all know. Why was I going to say cinnamon? Cinnamon. It's cinnamon. Cinnamon. Hey, Grace. And I just finished eating that. And it's only one pack, so it doesn't take long, but... And so I'm like, okay, my skin is feeling dry. And I didn't want to do a lot, because I know I was going to put paints on my face. But I did just put moisturizer on. Oh, I need to put eye cream on, because I didn't do any of that. So we're going to use the City Beauty one that I keep here at my station. So I have an idea of what to do. And I know I just jumped in and didn't do the intro. Excuse me. Hi, Bob. But you know what, I will do the intro if there's somebody new that watches the replay. Hello and welcome. My name is Dion. I call this the Crazy Troll Nation of YouTube. The crazy is knowing it's okay to be your authentic self in a world where people will tell you who and how you should be. The troll part is not caring too much. Hi, Mara. Oh, you're Bob. Okay, sorry about that. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand, a certain tool, or a certain technique, because that's what they're telling you in whatever video that you're watching. If you want to do all the things, but do them because you just want to experiment, not because you feel obligated, because that's what somebody's telling you on your TV or your phone or on YouTube. And so here at the Crazy Troll Nation, we believe in self-acceptance and self-love. Excuse me, embracing our natural features. Hey, Michelle. Enhancing them if we want to, when we want to, but never feeling like we have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. 2 things about me. One you already heard. Actually, both of them you might have heard. One thing about me is I curse sometimes because I curse sometimes. The other thing is there's an organism that lives in my throat that randomly hiccups, gurgles, and belches. I try to be aware of it to say, excuse me. Sometimes I don't realize it until after the fact, meaning after it's already aired on YouTube. And then when I'm looking back, I'm like, girl, you really ain't feel or hear that in your throat at that moment. No, I did not. But so it does happen where sometimes I don't really hear it. Or I think I'm just like so into whatever I'm doing or saying, it just, I don't know. But so, all right. Janessa wanted, hey, Brittany. Janessa wanted a pumpkin orange. So, did I say Janessa? Who did I just say? Who did I just say? Did I say Janessa? Because I really don't remember whose name I just said. So, Janessa, we can either, because I was thinking of using the paints just because these were so much fun, and these are UV reactive, but we don't have to use the UV reactive. Oh, I did return, kind of, sort of, but not really. I did return the two black lights, the ones that you're supposed to put up on the wall or whatever, because they don't work unless they're plugged in. And I wanted something that I can walk around in, or, you know, hold in my hand and use it not plugged in. So I did return it. But the thing with Temu, usually it's like, you know, they accept it as returned, but they say don't send it back. So now I'm like, what am I going to do with these things? So meanwhile, I did order a black light flashlight. So you charge it and then you can walk around with it. I did order some sponge wedges from when I used the sponge and it was challenging getting up under my eye. Hey, Tony, how you been? Tony, I should be embarrassed. I've been meaning to text you for like the last 2 months. I'll have in my mind, you know, text Tony, and before I know it, like a whole month went by. But I've been meaning to check up on you. So Janessa, I was thinking if one of these are pumpkin orange, because you know I don't know. And for limey green, I was thinking we could mix these two for limey green. And you said a blue leaning purple. And so I was thinking we can mix these two. Just taking them briefly, I appreciate it. Or we can use this one, which is water based, but I didn't use water when I used this before. This is oil based. So what was I reading? I am confused. What was I reading? I don't know what I was reading saying water activated, because these are oil paints. They're not, you don't need water, and I didn't use them. This is the one I used. Oh, hey, Kay. This is the one I used when I did, when Janessa and I did our Pride and Juneteenth collab, and I used this to do that rainbow on the side of my face. I don't know what I was looking at. Oh, it says no water activation required. Okay. And I know it doesn't because oil based. So Janessa, this is your look, so you let me know. And she had this sent to me as well as all of the water paints. And so let me know, Janessa. And I imagine you're at work, because you're usually at work. Do we want to mix these for the bright pumpkin orange, or just use, excuse me, one or the other? Do we want to mix these for a limey green? And do we want to mix these for blue leaning purple, or just use this palette? You think mixing the pens could be fun? I do too. I really do too. And I didn't think about this till today, because I was looking at, like, you know, limey green, and I'm like, this does have more colors, but mixing is nice. And I be mixing a lot when I be working on people. So we'll do that. And so she also had sent to me this, and I used this when we did that look before, the collab look. And I do really like this. And I have one of these in my kit, because you can just put your different colors in here. And so I really do love that for that. So thank you, Janessa, for all of my goodies. And no, Janessa, I have not done any more work. That list I told you that I had to do, I didn't do it. Time just seems weird to me. Being nocturnal, like a lot of times it does feel off, and you would think I'd be used to it as old as I am. And it's usually when I have a lot of stuff to do, or I want to do a lot of stuff, because then it's like a lot of it doesn't get done. We're going to use our Real Techniques brushes. I love these for foundation, cream products, of course, and they fit right into, like, if I'm using like those Makeup Forever face palettes that I have, this fits perfectly in there. And so I do like these. So I think we might need one of these, but I have a bunch of them sitting here. And for the other things, we're going to need, this is the 200 Real Techniques. These are the 210s. I have a ton of these, because when I realized I really like these also for concealer and for paints and creams, I bought a bunch more. I have a bunch here for me. I see 4 of these for me, and 2, 4, 6, 8 of these for myself. And I have about the same amount in my kit as well, because I don't spot clean brushes between clients or colors. I just use a whole new brush, just like I do usually here for me. And so we're going to be using these brushes. My thought, Janessa, is I remember when I was just playing around and I did like something, I did an eye thing and it was completely separate from the lower face thing, but we did, yeah, these are nice and they're very inexpensive. And also always has that $3.50 off $15 or more purchase coupon. And but I do think it was a sale, like buy two get one free or something, and they're like $7 anyway. I'm probably wrong; it might be $12. I don't know, but they're really cheap in comparison to them Scott Barnes things that I'm giving away. But so what I'm thinking, because when I did this part of my face, I used a yellow and a green, and I did a jagged smile all the way across, but I left this part blank for whatever reason, I don't know. And so what I'm thinking is to do the face with the pumpkin orange and do the jagged smile with one of the other colors. So that's my thought. And I'm thinking it will be exciting. And I did do a yellow and green when we did this before. You never remember to put my all of my stuff that I use is on my table. And so, because if I don't see it, I'll forget. And so, and I like that I can see everything, especially brushes, because then I can just be like, oh, grab this one, grab that one, like I just did for those. All of my eyeshadow palettes, all of my face products, eyeliners, lipsticks, all of that. Everything is just right here. And I love that for me. To show they don't apply coupons where it's automatically in the store. I'm gonna grab some lotion, y'all, because it annoys me when my hands are dry because my rings spin and then it gets caught in between and it's bothersome. But my lotion is right here. If you have a bottle of lotion and it's in a pump and it stops pumping, turn it upside down in a container. And this is Dr. Dennis Gross B3 Adaptive Superfoods Stress Repair Face Cream. This is the jar. This is lotion. So when I dumped it upside down, it filled up the friggin' jar. And what I just scooped off was what's on the lid because it's so full that when I put the lid on it, it ends up on the cap. And I'm just like, damn. And it was still more lotion. So I had some in another container that I just finished the other day. And it's that Coty lotion that I use in a bottle. It's huge. So if you're using something with a pump and it stops pumping, unscrew and take the pump off and just put it upside down inside of a container that has a lid, of course. And just leave it for a day or two or three. And then take the bottle out and you'll be like, damn, that was a lot of product. And y'all see, I love that lotion. Oh, I love that lotion. So that's what this is. And so I keep this on my pony wall because I have lotion in my bathroom. And so I leave that one there for when I'm sitting. So I'm wondering if I want to spray my face with the barrier spray, but I think not. And we're not using the Mayron paints, the water activated ones, because it does say to spray this first. Because it'll help it stay, but I've never had a problem with it staying or not staying anyway. So my face is just face cream and that's it. You flip it upside down and cut the container. There's tons at the bottom. Yeah, that works if it's something in a tube. I'm talking about if you have like a bottle of lotion or shampoo and it's a pump. So you just unscrew it and take the lid off. But yeah, I'm good for cutting stuff too. Y'all cut it and scoop it out into a container. Michelle, when Michelle had said the other day that she had cut open, I forget what it was. I don't know if it was foundation or what. I remember hearing her say that she had cut the tube. And it was in one of those snack size Ziploc bags. And so I'm watching another video and she did cut the tube. So the top part was just hanging and she was just like, because I was expecting like the whole thing to be cut off, but the top part was just kind of hanging. I was like, get that product, girl. She was like, I was like, get it, girl. Don't miss nothing. Get everything you paid for out of that tube. But for real though, y'all, we gotta do stuff costs too expensive. Like, oh, it stopped pumping, I'm not gonna use it. Oh, it don't squeeze it, I'm not gonna use it. There's still product in there. The only thing, I can't get all the product out of here. And even when I take off, I only took out the stopper one time. because it just made it dry out faster. And it still was not allowing me to get all the way up here and all the way down there. And even trying to stick, something like this in there, it just was not working. So I decided that when I'm not able to get it, that it'll just go in the trash. Because taking the stopper out, it dried out in like less than a week without the stopper in here, which is weird. So I guess it just left too much space between the component and the lid. But it was just really weird. But I do always get stuff on sale. So I'm like, okay, I actually use what I paid to use. So, yeah, when I actually sit and watch videos, y'all, I be like, and that's for everybody I watch, not just Michelle. So that's my idea, Janessa, is do all of this with the pumpkin bright orange thing, and then do the jagged smile. And I'm not sure if I want to do the limey green and the blue leaning purple, because that would be really different. Or put some kind of design or just something with the purple under the eye. But I am definitely thinking do the whole face with the orange. Or do you think I should do the whole face with one of the other two colors? You have a Care Bears lotion from TJ Maxx that's in a clear bottle. Oh, I love that. The pump isn't working, and I can see all that there is still almost an inch of product left. Unacceptable. Yeah, and I wonder sometimes, like, do they do that on purpose when they do, not when something's in a clear container or glass, but like other containers? Because back in the day, people really thought something was done, and they were like, no, take the stopper out, do this, do that, cut it open, blah blah blah. Yeah, but we know by now, if nothing come out, it's still some in there. So do the face orange, Janessa, the whole thing, and then work on the other stuff. This is gonna be fun. I like painting my face. Yo, our lethal swatch party is gonna be friggin' insane, because that's like 140 shadows, minus the ones that I have duplicates of, but at least probably a good 120 shadows we're gonna be swatching. So I'm gonna wear a tank top because we're gonna need space and stuff. I'm just like, what did I get myself into? So the whole face, Janessa, pumpkin orange, and mix these two or one or the other. Because to me, both of them look orange. But I know that both of them are not orange. So, and the reason, if you're new here or if you don't know, I keep asking Janessa because she's one of my channel members. Channel members, the main perk for me is they get to make requests. And so if they want to see something particular, that's what I do, or a particular color story in this case, or they might want a certain look or whatever. And so that to me is the main perk. And one of our member exclusive live streams every month is a member shop my stash, and then we do the look in a public live stream, but they get to pick it like behind the scenes, and so that's always really exciting. So if you want to be in on some of the content that we do here, becoming a member is a way to do that, because you get to make requests, and then there's other member only stuff too. So are we mixing, Janessa? She said bright pumpkin orange. Or is this bright pumpkin orange? Y'all know I'm not good with colors. And I know you're multitasking, Janessa. So I'm going to just start mixing them because I don't know. Let me see. You know what? You might have said it because sometimes the chat stalls on my end. Yeah, you were saying something. Orange faces, Alexandra. What are we dressing like? Dressing like nothing. Janessa requested a Halloween look, and she requested to use bright pumpkin orange, a limey green, and a bright blue leaning purple. And so those are the colors that we're using. Maybe start with, yeah, it was hiding, not hiding them, but yeah, the comments were not showing up. Orange face. Okay, maybe start with darker shade and use the lighter shade to highlight. Oh, that's a good idea. We know they do. Yeah, they do that. I wonder if they do or not. And sometimes packages be so cute, but they're not functional. Like the LYS stuff. I remember the first time somebody was looking at one of their, and actually I have, one of our lives this month is a try-on because Grace sent me a bunch of stuff, and we did do a friend mail video if you want to see all of that stuff. The one I kept saying, no fucking way, holding that Natasha palette. I forgot what I was saying. Orange face, start with the darker and then highlight with the other one. Okay, so which one is darker? Okay, so that's this one. It'd be great, like if they even had on here what the color was for people like me who. So this is going to be a lot. I'm thinking to put this on here instead of just one of these little circles because I got a big face. And I'm a glowworm. Did I say a blowworm? I meant to say a glowworm, y'all. Some days I am really on it, and then other days it's like, girl, what the hell are you talking about? What exactly are you trying to say? All right, it comes out like a piece of shit, literally. If y'all were here before, I was tripping because I was like, and somebody's like, yeah, the little joys of life. Because I was like, look at that. And then it goes back in. And I think I did it for like 30 seconds. And y'all were like, yeah, the little things in life. I was just like, why you look like shit? All right, let's get this on. I'm excited and I'm babbling. And what was I talking about? I don't know. But we're just going to, I'm wondering if I should put primer on my face. Like just as another barrier to the paint. But I did just put on moisturizer. Let's go ahead and put some primer on anyway. Alrighty, alright. I'm just going to use this one. So we're just going to do 3 pumps of primer. And for this, I could have just sprayed the barrier spray, right? Just going to use this one. Because this is going to go everywhere. I'm just now thinking my eyelids. This brush feels really good. And one of these, I put, I don't know if it was this one or the oil-based ones that I did put on my eyelids. And Janet was, she was like, it's transferring, because I put it up here. But because I have all the puffiness, it transferred down here. And she was like, it's transferred to your lids. And so after, and I felt like a little tingle, but that was it, like nothing major. And it wasn't even bothersome, and the tingle went away pretty quick. And so after I did wash my face, I think I did a YouTube short really quick, just saying my face is fine. I know y'all were worried. My eyes are fine. Nothing's burning. Nothing's irritated. Nothing's red. Because I know y'all do be concerned, and I do appreciate that. And that was my first time using that product too. And I had the nerve to like put it on my eyelids. I didn't do a patch test or anything. So like, what am I doing? I was having fun playing in my makeup, damn it. That's what I was doing. All right, so that one's done. All right, so we're going to go in with this orange. Ooh! We're going to go back and blend. Why am I doing this like it's foundation? I'm hearing you in my head, Kay, saying, use a sponge. It's funny the things that come back to me at certain times, like when I'm doing something else. This is nice. And it feels very cool. Not quite like cold, but it feels cool. Cooling. This almost looks like blood. Wow. And there is no red. The other 2 shades, my eyes are burning. What the fuck? My eyes are burning. That's my first time ever putting that Fenty face primer on my lids. Fuck. These are only the two other colors that we didn't show, was the white and the pink. Y'all, both of my eyes are burning. Shit. Don't put Fenty face primer on your lid anymore, Dion. I'm saying that to myself. Damn. Like for real, both of my eyes are burning. Fuck. I didn't expect that. So if I start crying, it's not me actually crying. Damn. Yo, it's painful. It is painful. Damn. I'm taking one for the team here. And now we're just going to kind of pounce just to get it more opaque. This eye is going to start crying. Damn. Y'all, remember when Skinny Queen, not Skinny Jean. How you doing today? So remember when... Hi, it's me. I always get so excited when I see you. Yo, my eyes is fucking burning. Hey, Tanya. This is Janessa's look that she requested. And I never do my ears, y'all. So I don't know why I feel like I need to do it today. I never do my ears. But you know, I do my clients' ears, though. So that's weird. But I don't do mine. My eyes is fucking burning. This is going to be fun trying to get this out of here. And I'm trying to get like inside. My eyes is fucking burning. Remember when, and I never go down my neck with foundation and powder and stuff, but I do that for my clients. So it's just so weird to me that I do things for them that I don't do for me. And we did use all of it. Remember when I had said I think that somebody thought that when I said $2.99 a month, that they thought it was $2.99 a month? Because they said to me, would it help you if I joined for a few months? And I said, not really, not because it's so low. It's $2.99 a month for the membership, and out of that I get $2.10. So I'm like, no, it wouldn't really help me just to join a few months. And so we went in circles because I kept asking, did they think $2.99 instead of $2.99? Oh, Skinny Queen. Don't do that to me. Because I don't like that man. I put some more on the palette. So that's how much more we put. And damn, Skinny Queen. And so he wouldn't give me a straight answer. And that's how he is. And he's told me numerous times in the past that he doesn't communicate well. And so I remember distinctly that I asked him 3 different times, did you think it was $299 and not $2.99? And he wrote back, I didn't know. And so I said, but did you think that that's what it was? And he answered again saying, I wasn't sure. That's why I asked you. And I said, I understand. That's why you asked me. But did you think it was $2.99 or did you really think it was $2.99? And he was like, well, I didn't know. I don't know. And so I'm just like, if this was red, this would be a nice bloody look. And so then when I said, well, it's $2.99 a month, he said, that's more reasonable. And so I thought that, okay, to me, that verifies that he did think it was $299. And so, hey, Lot, girl, I walked in at the wrong time. I thought my phone or eyes was acting up when I saw your face color. Yeah, Janessa asked for June 30th. She did a member request. Thank you for putting the emojis. Pumpkin orange, bright pumpkin orange, limey green, and bright blue leaning purple. So we're using the paints that she sent to me. She sent me 2, the oil-based ones and the water-based set. So we're going to mix these 2 for the pumpkin orange. We're going to mix these 2 for the limey green. And we're going to mix these 2 for the blue leaning purple. Mashing my brush handle. And so I think it was just yesterday, or it might have been, no, it was this morning actually. He has sent some, I was going to say fucked up email, but you know, it is what it is. And I am swirling this like in my hairline a little bit. And he was just saying stuff, and I'm just like, nah, dude. Y'all, my email to him took me an hour to write back, because I'm going to address everything you said and give you receipts and examples. Because y'all know some stuff I remember in great detail, and other stuff I'm like, I don't even know what day of the week it is. And one of the things that I mentioned was when somebody offers to help somebody, because then he had said, what if I just give you the money? And I'm like, whatever you feel comfortable doing. And so I circled back a few days later and I gave him an out. I said, if you're not comfortable doing that, you can, do such and such. So he chose the such and such. So I'm just like, yeah, he's just full of game. Because if number one, and some of you said it, they're like, if someone wants to help you, they're going to help you regardless. And so he walked it back. And so I'm like, okay. And it's not even about the money. It's about you just holding to your word. And even with other stuff, it's been, he doesn't hold to his word. And so I keep people like that at arm's length because I don't trust you to do what you're going to say, regardless of what it is. So it's not about the money. It's about you taking back stuff you said. So then he had the nerve to say that he would give me, what did he say? If it would help, he would give me $35. And then he put, well, heck, I'll give you 50. And I'm like, how the hell you get that out of $2.99 a month for a few months? Because a few is $3, so that's like $6.30. So I'm just like, what kind of math he doing? And I'm just like, and he was like, I did tell you I thought it was $2.99. I said, no, you did not. I said, and that's why I asked you 3 times, because I was trying to get a straight answer from you. First, you said you wasn't sure. The second time you said because, well, you said you didn't know, that's why you asked me. And the third time you said you didn't know which one to think. So no, you did not say, yes, you thought it was $2.99. Y'all, I'm not the one, because I will read you up and down and give you specifics. So we have one of orange. Do we want to put this, Janessa, like around the edges or in the center part of the face? Hey everyone, I was listening and getting stuff done around the house. I'm glad tomorrow's Friday. I was gonna say, is it Friday? Because y'all know I'll be knowing what day of the week is. Excuse me. So we that's this color. So do we want to do like a reverse blend thing and put this outside, or just put it in the center? Excuse me, your husband asked. I saw something Jenna said. In the center, okay. Ah! Your husband peeked over at your screen and asked about Trump too. Oh my gosh. See, I don't think this was a good idea. Do not associate me with that man. But it's true though. I'm wondering what to do for my eyelids. They almost stopped burning. Almost. Because I really thought I was going to start crying, because this one was the worst for some reason. But they both were like burning. It was painful. So I'm surprised I didn't start crying. But well, not crying, but we should put the pink in here, the lighter shade in here. Sorry guys, I started. Well, her husband thought it too, so it's not just you. But damn it, if he do look like in bright light, he would be this color. So what I'm noticing is where I'm putting more, it's not consistent. And you can see from here to like up here. So dare I say a sponge may be better or not, because if it's going to lift, it's going to lift. Or I just need to let it dry down in between, because now there's like a hole right here. Well, in this mirror it looks like it, but when I look here, it's not. This is fun. You don't look like Trump because you actually know how to blend your foundation. But he do be looking like this though. It'd be like orange and then pasty white. I'd be like, yo, you. And the thing is, because nobody want to say anything negative to him, they letting him look crazy. Which we know he is kind of off, but I'm like, they ain't your friends. Just for one of Jadessa's green wigs, says Nina. Hey Nina, when did you come in here? Sorry I didn't speak to you earlier. Borrow one of Janessa's green wigs and be dressed at Oompa Loompa for Summerween rather than the orange guy in the office. Just saying. You have a point there. You have a point. So we're just putting this on my upper lid, but it will transfer onto my mobile lid. So we're using a smaller brush for this. And not blending too much because it'll shear it out. Okay, my eyelids feel fine now. Y'all, that was painful. Like, oof. I'm seeing like gaps. And I need to not worry about it because we're going to be doing a whole lot of other stuff. I'm seeing like a hole right there. Okay, I need to, my perfectionism is kicking in. My OCD is kicking in. Because I'm seeing patches. But let me just keep going. It is really bothering me though. Let me put some more of this on my palette. Okay, thank you, Nina. Because I was just like, what? And that's what I'm saying. Some stuff I remember in like great detail, and then I didn't even remember like if I'd already spoke to you or not. So I'm just weird. I need to move to the lighter shade and just get off of this orange. And some of it may be too like when it dries down. Damn, now it's like a line. Yo, let me get off of this because y'all see these holes, and I think I'm making it worse. Damn it. I'm going in the hole. This eye is starting to burn again. Fuck. Love you, Janessa. And that wasn't even your fault. I was just excited because I have never put face primer on my eyelids before. Like, never. So, like, why now? I'm not liking this hole right here. We're going to keep moving because we got a lot to do. This eye. Fuck. Damn it. Yo, this is fucking burning. So we're gonna take the lighter one. So this is the one we have one right now. I'm gonna take this one. What okay, let me hold off on that. So this is the lighter one. So this is the one we have one now. So now we're gonna use this one. I got an itch on my nose. Congratulations to you, Kay. I'll be seeing your posts. People coming in left and right. So congratulations on your channel growth. So we're squeezing out this lighter, whatever color this is. Oh boy. Y'all, this, fuck. So that's that color. So we're going to, I'm wondering if I should use a smaller brush for this. Yo, why did it just lift the orange off my nose? Why is this doing that? You know what I should do? I am thinking to spray that barrier spray in between. I just took that orange. I don't know if y'all are seeing it, but like right here, it just wiped off that orange. This is so weird. But you know, I'm not going to say it's weird. This is my only time using these, and so this is a learning experience, so we'll say that. If it gets worse, don't feel bad about washing it off. No look is worth messing with your sensitivities. And that was easing up again. So it's like it stopped, and then it came back. So I'm just like, what is that about? Like, I don't know. This really is not that much lighter. But it's lifting the orange. This is weird. Y'all see that? It's like lifting it. Why are you lifting it? Like you're in the same family, you're friends, your family. Like why? So I just need to do that then and don't even. That is so weird. Like why? Why did it do that? Why did it do that? It's like a hole right there. That is weird to me. This is a learning experience for sure. And it wiped off right here too. So I'm just patting in different places. It is a little bit lighter. So I'm not going to blend. I'm not going to use this bigger brush for this lighter shade because I'm not liking how it's lifting. I'll put some more of that on the palette. Yeah, now it's easing up again. I tell you what though, I will never put face primer on my eyelids again. I will tell you that for sure. And even though these are opaque, it's not even covering my brows. So I am kind of surprised about that. Because I thought that it would. Otherwise, I would have put on contemplative state because that will cover it up some. But yeah, this is interesting. This is very interesting. And I just got quiet. So what do y'all think about that? That dude saying that. I need $35. Heck, I'll give you 50. Really, dude? You can keep that. And the thing is I didn't ask him. He offered to help, and then he walked it back. I'm like, why did you even offer? And again, it's not about the money. It's about you being a person of your word. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. There's somebody else in my life that's been in my life a long time. And when I was going through like severe financial challenges back in like 2014, he said, can I help you? I said, absolutely. He never mentioned any amounts or anything. And then just randomly, to this day, even though I'm okay now, randomly, I would get, he would text me and send me a picture of the receipt. And he doesn't do PayPal, Venmo, all of that. So I would have to go to Walmart to get it, which, hey, I'm like, I will go and get the money. But he would just randomly just send me the picture of the receipt and say, go pick up your money. And I'm like, oh, what are you talking about? And I'm like, wow, okay, thank you. So just randomly he'll do that. And so my point is, if you just want to help somebody, just do it. It shouldn't even be a thing. And that was back in 2014, and he still does it to this day. If he makes extra money, he'll be like, I'm going to send you something. Or he'll just send me the receipt, and I'm like, oh, damn. And that's really how simple it is. And so for this situation to be like this, I'm just like, you don't really... And y'all know I'm a giver. I give away stuff left and right. I'm going to give away these damn Scott Bourne brushes. And so, in my mind, I'm just like, and the only rationale I can come to is that just being a selfish person or just not caring. And so it might be both. It might be both. This orange I put here, the darker orange, that has faded away. But we're going to put the green and everything. So I'm trying to just put the lighter shade around stuff, just tapping it on. Oh, I missed that. Thank you, Janessa. I might have to order some of these because it's a lot. I'm using a lot. I didn't even see what happened. Yeah, I put that the Fenty face primer because I put the primer on my face and then I just went over my eyelids, like this whole area. I've never done it before. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything. Excuse me. Oh, you're welcome, Kay. Making sure I'm not missing stuff. We had a little Thursday. That one time I was like, what do you mean Thursday? And she put in capital letters, Thursday. I'm like, oh. Because I remember the first time I did a live on a Thursday. Yo, we had some randos in here. And so then that Monday when we did a live, I was like, either me or Janessa was like, we hope it's not a Thursday. So that's code for just getting a lot of randos and then not so good trolls. So that's what we call not Thursday, but Thursday. This does, as it dries, and the Mayron water activated pinks do the same thing. As they dry, it does become lighter. And I knew from the white paint, and I did order the white clown paint, to put a little on, don't blend it, leave it, let it dry some, and then go in with the second layer. This is looking nice. This, you know what it looks like? It looks like a scar. And I keep trying to tap. Nothing won't go in there right now. So I'm trying to actually put it inside. And you know what I think it is too? when it's drying, it's becoming, it fades. That looks like a scar. And that's encouraging because I told you I bought that, the blood sample set or whatever from Mayron. And I am excited to do that, to do scars and blood. I'm trying to see where else I can put this, where it'll like show up and be like, what the hell is that? I feel like we're going to be here a long time tonight. Y'all like, girl, we always here a long time. But you know what? Not as long as Kay's. Kay be on for like 8 hours. So I'm going to stop saying bias be long. But yo, she be putting in work though. She be putting in work. And it's paying off too. And that's exciting when we do something and we see the rewards from it. That's very exciting. And I'll be excited for people's successes. So I don't know if this is going to stay or not, but this is what we got. All right, let me put these two down. Put that down. And there's still just a little bit more on here. Yeah, Nina, I'm just like, because first of all, I didn't fucking ask you. So so what is this? Like, and that's the thing. I did not ask you. Just make sure I'm not missing messages. So, and that's what makes it like, what? I need a paper towel. I have cloths under here, but if I wipe a cloth on here, I'm going to ruin it. Or not, because it is water activated. I keep this on my footstool under here. This has cloths in it. And if I would have thought about it, I would have brought paper towels over here. Damn it. I'm going to use, of course, my black ones aren't over here, of course. Because that's the one that I would use. All right, we're just going to use this one. Yeah, so that's it. That's what makes it crazy. It's like you offered, I didn't even help you. And it's just, I'm just putting this back under there. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to wipe this off. So since we're mixing, I'm not going to use the one that has the wells. So I'm just wiping this off. Ta-da! Ta-da! Leave that laying open. So limey green. Limey green. Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna do. I think that it is, because one, I'm like, and I don't know how I ended up on the page on my YouTube that was just posts. Because usually I'll see, you know, on my phone, I'll see a video, I'll see a list of videos on from my subscriptions. And then, you know, if they posted something, I'll see it. But somehow I ended up on where the whole page was just posts. And it was, you were like, thank you to this 175 people. And then I saw another one, thank you to 85 people. And I saw another one, something. I'm like, damn. And I'm like, I know it's not the same post because all the numbers was different. But I was like, holy shit. Like, she's doing great. Yeah, I was excited for you. I love stuff like that. And so we're, we're going in with the green. I probably put too much. I was like, holy Toledo, Batman. I was like, what? So, what I've learned so far from this is if I'm going to, how can I say this? If I'm going to do the lighter color first, that does look like a scar. That is, I mean, you know. Put on the lighter color or whatever. Like, don't do the whole face one color and then put another paint on top of it. And it's weird, though, that they don't mix well. And look how this is looking patchy. Because they're the same brand, the same kit or whatever. So I'm just like, so I'm learning, like, do the designs or whatever and then fill in with the other color. Yet I don't like how, all right, let's just keep going. This is a learning process, and I am glad that I am doing this. And the Mayron ones, they do layer over each other really well. They really do. So I don't know what's up with this one. I want to do lines, but trying to get my mind right. Trying to get my mind right. I'm still trying to figure out what look you're doing tonight. Ah, Nina just subscribed to you, Kay. And your looks do be nice. I'm like, I'm too messy for that. I love messy makeup. Like for me, I know it's not everybody's thing. Well, you've seen the looks I do. I like messy stuff. Yours is glam stuff. I like the messy, grungy, we hanging out in the back of the bar by the dumpster type looks. Nina has an Instagram too, y'all. Because I know we like to support each other. And it's like, oh, but they don't do videos. And she does a lot of stuff on Instagram. So do check out her Instagram. Feel free to put y'all links in the description box. Janessa just subscribed to you too. That May event, which was a circus theme, when someone would say, you know, they wanted such and such, I would say, do you want it perfect? They were like, no. I was like, because y'all know me, I will make something my own. And somebody else that's used to like perfect makeup, they'll be like, what the fuck was that? Okay, subscribe to you, Janessa. Yeah, we do support each other here, for real. And Kate has a membership too. Full transparency, I haven't joined yet. Grace, as some of you may know, she does also have her fashion channel here on YouTube. And she's also on Instagram. How did that get like that? This is like a far way to go for this one. The hell? And I think she is on TikTok too, and then she's somewhere else. Y'all, Grace be everywhere. I'm like, I'm too old, I can't keep up. But she's everywhere. I'm not liking how this is not sharp, but I don't, because it's lifting. Let's do that. Let's get it somewhat similar to this one. They were like, no. They were like, where's the fun in that? Because I'm like, I am great for taking a look and making it my own. So like for people who they want every clown look to look the same, every Joker look to look the same, I'm like, that's boring to me. Like, do something different. Like, for everybody to have every clown to look the same, I'm like, and I know they do teach it a certain way, but I'm just like, can we spice it up though? But everybody I asked that to, they were like, oh, can you do a clown look? I'm like, well, do you want a symmetrical? Do you want a perfect? They're like, no, just do a clown face. And I'm like, okay, cool. And they all liked what I did. I'm always trying to help other creators get exposure. We get quite a few views on our channel. And it seems to help. Quite a few views. She be getting like 20,000 views. You being real modest and real humble, Kay. She be getting like 24,000 views. 70,000 views. So she get a few. I get a few. On my lives over time, I might get, you know, a few hundred. That's a few. You get however many digits that is. You get a few. She real humble, y'all. So we get quite a few views. 89,000 views on her lives. A few. Okay. I respect that though. I do. Because some people, they just want to be bragging about, yeah, da, 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 in case it's like, oh, we get a few. But it's no big deal. We just do what we do. So that tells you something too about the type of person she is. And these are far, and then these two are close. Yeah, Kay is very humble. Oh man. Isn't it this stopped burning. Yeah, all our family, friends, while y'all arguing, says Dion. I thought the paint done cut me and gave me a scar. Like, for real? That's what you're doing? And it came in, they're the same freaking paints. It came in the same box. Party paint, blue squid UV paint. It's the same. I could see if it was different, like Mayron's trying to mix with this or something like that, or even using an oil based on top of this, which oil based, and this is water activated, even though you don't got to add water to it. I don't know what it is. I think it's just paint, and I did throw the box away. These are just UV reactive, so I don't got to, as you see, I don't need to mix it with anything. But I'm just like, what? But I am glad that it's happening on my face and not a client. Actually, these will just be for me for playing. I like this, but why is this just looking like that? I'm looking at what I did. So this arrow go, not an arrow, but this comes down to this. I don't know, I did something weird. I'm trying to think anywhere else I want to put green. And that orange just faded off of my ear. Like, for real. This is going to be fun, getting this out of my ear. Yeah, but that situation, I'm just like... I didn't even fucking ask you for shit. And get this, y'all, he knows my rent is $1,420 a month. He knows that. You're going to offer to help and then be like, I can give you $35. Hell, I give you 50. Hell, you keep it. I didn't even ask you. If I cared, I would be insulted. $35? Y'all, if I'm on fumes, and it does tell me, you know, 35 miles till empty or whatever. If I'm there and it's telling me, you know, you got like 29 miles to go till you're on fumes, it takes me like $35 to fill up my damn tank. So I usually fill it up when it gets just below half. And when I go down to the playhouse, it's an hour both ways. So that's 2 hour round trip. That's almost a half a tank of gas. And so I usually fill up, you know, before I go. Because even if I leave there on half and I can get home on that, I'm like, I don't want to risk it, because if there's construction, which there is, or accidents, or there's a backup and I'm sitting in traffic, your vehicle is still using gas even though you're not moving. And I don't want a chance, you know, getting stuck and then having to wait for AAA to come bring me gas. But I'm just, that's some tomfoolery there. And I don't even know if that's what it is, because he's a white guy. So, you know, tomfoolery might not fit for him. But it's like, I think it's so stupid that it's funny. Like, you really think, you really think that's helping that you offered. But then you know what, y'all, that tells you how his mind works. That tells you how his mind works. You really telling on yourself. Oh, we also got to use the lime. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I remember that, Janessa. She found a bunch of channels she loved through this channel, and you found me through Makeup by Torrance. Yeah, we did it. Him and I did a collab. I thought I was losing points. Like, it'll shut down. Not shut down, but it'll stop showing it. I missed all of these. The last one I saw was the one about Torrance. Oh, no, in case she tries to help other creators. And she says she doesn't do shorts or other socials. I do a little bit on Instagram, but I'm not like this. This is where I feel home. You're hyping me up now, DionLorah. We haven't cracked 70K yet, but LOL. I thought I saw you had more views than that on something. Green on the nose says Skinny Queen. A triangle on the nose says Skinny Queen. Cost me 60 plus to fill. Oh, to fill your tank, Janessa? Shenanigans. Yeah, Janessa. I'm freaking. Get the fuck out of here. Not you. I mean, I didn't even. The thing is, I keep going back to. I didn't ask you. So I'm just like, why are we here? Like, why are we here? Like, what? And y'all see it's starting to fade. We still have 3 more colors to use. He's not that smart, Dawn. Skinny Queen says $35. Oh, who is you? Right. Who is you? My special needs neighbor talks like that. He'll say, "Where's you going?" And I'll say, "Where are you going?" And he walks a lot. He takes a lot of walks. I'll be like, "You going for a walk?" He'll be like, "Where's you going?" And I'll say, "Where are you going? You going for a walk?" He'll be like, "Yeah." And I'll say, "Okay, have a good day." Where is you going? Gotta flare the nostrils for effect. Yeah, he's not a player though. And he doesn't have many friends. I know I don't either, but I know the friends I do have they're fucking amazing. And that's why sometimes he be asking me to go out to eat with him, because he's like, "Well, you're the only person I know up in that area, and I wanted to try such and such restaurant. You want to come with me?" And my thing is, so I don't think he has many friends even where he lives. He lives 40 minutes away, because if that's the case, just go eat somewhere closer to home and hang out with your friends. You know what I mean? But I see why, though. Trying to think, Janessa. You hit 45K before? For effect. It's just for fun. Okay, we have to catch the rest on replay. Okay, Nina, I appreciate that. Thank you. You always have dinner preparing on your lives. Oh, beef stew tonight. I have deer sausage I need to cook today. I took it out the thaw yesterday, and it thawed quicker than I thought. Because when I thaw out like beef or ground chicken or ground turkey, it might take like 2 days. This thawed in a day. And so I'm going to put it in, I'm going to season it and cook it and dump some pasta sauce in it and then put it in the freezer. Thank you, Nina. And I did make chili with the deer sausage like a week ago. All of that went in the freezer. I like the brows like that. This is fucking scarred. This is so crazy to be like, what? All right, we're putting the yellow one here. Janessa, this is very interesting. I put yellow on a palette. We're gonna put green on top of it, because then maybe it will mix. I'm like, I don't know what to do. We're not gonna do that, because I don't have confidence in this that it's gonna do what I want it to do. Because of how it's behaving. There was something else I was going to say, but I don't remember what it was I was going to talk to you about. I don't know if this was your vision, Janessa. But here we are. This is really a learning experience. And y'all know I like just playing with stuff, so I am having a good time here. I should have put this inside and not down here. This is interesting. It does. I'm still on my salad kick. I thought my scale was going to be heavier today because I ate 3 cookies last night. And it was still the same. I was still the same weight as I was yesterday. Because it's amazing how like one little change in what you eat can make a difference. But my weight was still the same as it was yesterday. And I think because I only had a salad with, I made venison chops yesterday and I put that in a salad. I posted on my community tab and I also posted on Instagram. I cooked those in my air fryer and cut it up and put in my salad. It was very good. Very good. Very tasty. The thing with venison is because it's very low fat, it's easy to overcook it. And it'll get dry. So what I did was I put my margarine on it. I put margarine on it first and then I seasoned it. And then I put it in the air fryer to help maintain or retain, I should say, some moisture in it. And it seemed to work. So what's new with y'all? This is definitely troll play. This is different. And y'all know I do like different. This is trying to think what look I did before with these. I don't even remember what look I did before with these paints. I do really like the consistency of it though. More so than the Mayron, because this is a thicker consistency than the Mayron. There's like a green line down there. That's just the way it dries though, because then it looks patchy and I don't want to manipulate it too much because I end up with another fucking scar. Like, look at that. I do like the color contrast though. That lighter shade is showing up because even right here, and also the darker orange started to fade. This is interesting. And my eyes are feeling still okay right now. I've never put makeup on my ears before. Never. Okay. Let me wipe this off. Because that is most of the light green over here. And it is mixed a little bit with the darker green. Just a little bit. I don't know what you was expecting, Janessa. But this is where we at, and this is what we get. Janessa, I think I'm gonna have to do another template for pictures for the website to put the troll play pictures, because I chose a template where it was called Meet the Team, and there were like 9 people, and they had their picture, and under their picture was a block, and they had space like what they do in a company or whatever. And so I was able to delete their pictures, but when I delete the text, that box is still there, and it's not. I haven't figured out a way to delete the box, and so I am going to most likely have to choose another template that is just pictures, because then I know I can always add elements. I can always add blocks for pictures, you know, but I was trying to find one where I could just like, you know, drag my picture over it and put it in there, like in Canva, where you can just drag stuff over. But it's gonna be fun seeing if all of this comes out of here. But that's okay. I have so many of those. All right, so now we got these 2 more to use. LOL, when I joined, I was like, oh no, she got paint happy again. colors you're using are making me want fall weather already. Yes, people are ready for it. People are ready for fall. So we have these two. I am going to mix them and we'll see what happens because she wanted a bright blue leaning purple. And even though it's not bright blue. Janessa, should I put some white in it? Because that'll lighten it up. But I don't know if it'll make it brighter though. Do you want me to mix some white in here? I swear this looks like shit when it squeezes out the bottle. Look at that. A little piece of shit. Because I think the white would make it lighter. I don't know if it's going to make it brighter. Ooh, this purple is pretty. I want to say it's magenta. This purple, like our new colors, right? I like that color. The color combination reminds me of a pair of shorts you used to wear. I wonder if you still have them. So Janessa, should I put some white in here? Yeah, these are like those back in the day retro type colors, the way it's coming out. I feel like though I do need to put something like here, but when I'm this way, well, yeah, you can tell. I guess I got big ears. But all right, I'm gonna just put maybe a little white. Okay, so I'm putting a little white on the palette. So this is what we got. And we're going to mix them all together. So a little bit of white, we got the blue and the purple. This brush. Ooh, that's pretty. Hi. Why are you so serious? You think I'm serious? That's funny to me. Welcome to the Crazy Troll Nation. So this is what it came out. It's looking more, in person, it's looking more purple. Looking where you are is looking more blue. That is so crazy. Yeah, for me, it's looking really purple. Joker quote. Big Ear Gang say hi. Skinny Queen is funny. Yeah, it's looking more purple in person. And where you are, it's looking blue. Let's put some more blue in it. But it's already looking blue. She wanted a blue leaning purple. So I don't know what to do. Because to me, it's looking purple. On your end, it's looking blue. I think you need more white, says Skinny Queen. You found him. You gonna send me a picture? Okay. I'm just like thrown off because I'm seeing a completely different color than what y'all are seeing. All right, so we put the white in the middle. It's eating the white. Uh-oh, wait a minute. So it's making it lighter, it looks like. It's looking lighter purple on my end, but when I look at it like this, it's looking blue. Why do I look like a turtle? I made a turtle. I made a turtle. I am so freaking silly. I made a turtle. It's the small joys in life, y'all. Small joys in life. I made a turtle. I am so freaking weird. I forget what else I was going to tell y'all about. I'm tapping it because I feel like if I swipe it, it's not going to do what I wanted to do. But it is kind of bleeding. He definitely wanted that turtle. I was like, that looks like a turtle. Trying to think of what to do. on my lips, and I need to do something on my lids. Yo, when I say paint the face, I really mean paint the face. Oh, this is cold. Why is there still like a gap right there? What the hell? This is this is quite the experience. I'm just like, I probably need a smaller brush. So on this side went in, well, like right here, but that looks messy. My whole face looks messy. What am I saying? It is not going on there. And it is on the tip of the brush. The paint is on the tip of the brush. This is such an experience. Y'all, why was I questioning if I wanted to do an esthetician's course to become licensed as an esthetician until I saw it was like over $6,000. I was like, oh, never mind. And any licensure program is going to cost, and I do know that. But I was just like, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Because even though I like my little side hustles, I'm past the point of wanting like a 9 to 5 or 8 to 4 job. Like I am past that. I just want my time to be my time. And the reason I stopped working was because of my disability. So why start now when my disability gets worse all the time? It gets worse every year. It gets worse as I get older. And my injury happened in 2000. So those who don't know, my primary disability diagnosis is chronic joint pain / fibromyalgia. That does not get better over time. And my second diagnosis is migraine. So those are like the top 2 things that are wrong with me, even though I do have like other stuff, degenerative joint disease, TMJ issues, all of that stuff. So, but yeah, that fibromyalgia doesn't get better. It can be manageable. It is manageable. I'd probably be like, ooh, time to take my meds. But yeah, so yeah, I stopped working. Actually, I was directing an addictions program for a nonprofit company. And I left the job I was working to work for them to direct the program. And it was a pay cut too on top of that. And 6 months, I started in June. In December, they were like, oh, we're eliminating this program and that program. And they only had 3 programs. They were eliminating 2 programs, and one of them was mine, which means I ain't got a job. And it was in December of 2013. And so I said, well, I'll just enjoy the holidays. And in January, I'll figure out what I'm going to do and start looking for work, that type of thing. Y'all, when I looked up, it was April 2014. And I'm like, so I sat and I'm like, and the thing was, I was debating on, thank you, Locke. When I used it before, it didn't. I'm just glad that my eye is not like really burning right now. And I remember I was always like, I guess complaining, I don't know what to call it, telling her that the job was hurting me because my office was on the 2nd floor. Well, first of all, I drive to Jersey for the job. So that was a 40-minute ride. So even getting there, I was in pain from driving, my hips and my knees. And then my office was on the 2nd floor. And my job, required me to go up and down steps because if we did, we would have group sessions once a week. And those were on the 1st floor. So I would have to go out, buy the food. So that's more driving, more walking through the stores, setting up the room, which was on the 1st floor, and going back and forth to my office, which was on the 2nd floor, driving clients to the Greyhound station to send them away to therapy in the company van, which mind you was hella uncomfortable, like for my hips and my knees. I like how this looks like it's running down the way I'm tapping it, instead of it being like a sharp line. So I like those jagged edges under there. And so I was already like, and I was telling her, like, I don't know how long I can keep doing this because this is like hurting me even more. And I'm like, is the money worth me being in pain and more pain? And so when the program was eliminated, I said, you know what, I'm gonna just take the holidays off, and I'll figure out in January what I'm gonna do. I looked up, it was February 2014, and I sat back and thought, I was like, wait a minute, I didn't work in 4 months, and I'm okay. Like, bills got paid, rent got paid, everything. So I said, I was like, let me look at these numbers. So I sat down and looked at the numbers, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna make it work. And that's when I did struggle. And that's when dude was like, I'll help you. And I'm like, whatever. And he was like, how much you need? I said, whatever you want to send is fine. And so I left it open. So he would just randomly, and to this day, he would just randomly still just send money. And I'm talking like $250, $400 just out of the blue. This is going to transfer again, Janet. If I bring it further, if I leave it right here, it won't. But if I put it even like in here, it will. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to work no more. So that's why I say I retired myself, even though they eliminated the program. I just didn't start looking for work again. And I had to for unemployment. But it was jobs I wasn't overqualified for. Fast food places, they're like, you got a doctorate degree in psychology. Like, why you want to come here? They're like, no, we want somebody that's going to actually stay, that needs to be here. And so this is looking fucking crazy. And but it's fun though, y'all. And so that's my unofficially retiring myself, is the program eliminating, which eliminated my job, and me deciding 4 months later I'm not going to go back to work ever. And so even like for YouTube, it's fun for me. I don't want to do anything that's not going to be fun. I don't want to lock myself into I have to be somewhere at a certain time, because day to day I don't know how I'm going to feel. And so, because I did think about, what if I work at Sephora, what if I work at Ulta, but then I'm like, I'm going to be required. I need to be here this time of day, be in here this time of day, and then walking around doing this, doing that. And I'm like, that's the shit that hurts my body. And so I'm just like, I'm looking at this like, whoa, like what? And so, oh man, I got an itch in my ear. Damn it. Got an itch in my ear. Yeah, so I haven't worked since 2014. Well, actually, the middle of December 2013, actually. And I've been okay. Excuse me. So are y'all seeing blue or are y'all seeing purple? Because I'm seeing purple. But when oh shit! It fell and started to slip through my legs. So on my inner left thigh is a print. I want to show y'all, but I don't have a brown one. But these are my indoor pants, my indoor leggings. And they already are stained from other makeup stuff. But I'm still like, and they're white. I'm going to take a picture after the live if I remember and post it. I didn't want this to fall on the floor though, because I already have like a few makeup stains here and there from when I would have foundation on here and it would drop, or stuff like that. And I'm just like, thankfully it's apartment carpet and not house carpet. And so I'm not overly concerned, because also I don't have a pet, but there's pet stains in my bedroom, and I'm like, that's gross. And so I'm not concerned about the few makeup stains that I have, because they look a whole lot better than the pet stains. But so I did see that you saw purple. Do y'all see any blue in it? Because it's supposed to be a blue leaning purple. Yeah, I am always finding men that want to spend my money, not send me in. LOL, I'm doing it wrong. And him and I go back to like 1984. And so we have a lot of history. And he does actually care. And that's what I'm saying too. If you care about somebody, if you want to help them, you're just going to do it. I never ask him for anything, and he'll just be like, "Oh, I'm sending," and he'll just send me a picture of the receipt, and I'll go and pick it up at Walmart. When did that turtle? I guess we figured out they were putting what we're putting in that part of the ear. Hope your skin doesn't irritate. Okay, Skinny Queen, we will be right here. Take your time. If it happened to me, I would have thought they were sending the money to my bank account. And I'm always surprised at the amount because I don't ask and he doesn't say. So it's just like whatever. Yeah, so I always have to go to Walmart to pick it up because whatever, what is that, Western Union? He doesn't do anything online, like no PayPal, and he's old school, and I think he just doesn't want to take the time to figure it out. I do PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, Cash App. What's that other one? It's another one, Square. He don't do none of those. So my clients are like, "Do you take such and such payment?" I'm like, "I take them all in cash." And so, yeah, so it's always Western Union with him. Andrea, what part scares you? What did she say? Or you've been thinking of taking a break from work, but it scares you. It's definitely a money thing because when I realized it was April, and I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't get a paycheck, and I still was getting my disability check, but it wasn't what it is now. Like I'm comfortable living off of what it is now, but back then, so I did have to do a lifestyle change because I'm like, I don't have this money coming in to be buying all sorts of stuff. So it was a change. But when I thought about it, I'm like, if I didn't get a check from working, which is 2 checks a month for 4 months, and like I'm okay. I'm like, this could be my life. Like I can just like not go back to work. So is there any blue showing up? Yeah, Andrea, what part scares you? And I didn't even realize 4 months had went by. That's the thing. I'm like, damn, I ain't working 4 months, and like the lights is on, everything is working. Janessa, do I need to add more blue? I started working at 14, Alexandra. And I might have been 14 and a half because my birthday is in December. Bonus paintings is Janet, not the... I see some blue depending on the angle. Okay. Do you want me to add more blue? Like just blue and not the turtle? I see some blue shifting a bit, but okay. Alexandra, understandable. It can be scary. You can start a little as in a week off, then 2 weeks, and then yeah. And so I didn't even notice it, but like back in the day, it was like, okay, I need to work. And in the members exclusive live stream, when I was saying a bunch of stuff, yeah, I had to work. And that was some shit. You think it's a good mix? Okay. So some of this is dry and some is on my pants. Y'all, it's looking crazy, but you know what? That's why I have indoor clothes and outdoor clothes. Like it ain't, y'all, this is like, can you come off of here? Like when it dries, some of it is moving, but so we've used all the colors, but I'm feeling like I want to do something else. I need to do something on my eyelids and on my lips. What I like most about playing in makeup like this is that it can be whatever the hell you want it to be. You know what I mean? And that's what I like about just doing stuff and everything looking the same. And so when somebody would say, oh, can you do this? I'm like, do you want it original, like a one and only? Nobody else is going to have this look but you? Or do you want like a perfect, blah, 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 what everybody thinks a clown is supposed to look like? And they'd be like, no, just do your thing. And I'm like, cool. And they always liked it. And so that's the fun part. I think it was like a year ago or so when I did like squiggly lines and stuff on my face just because I felt like it. And somebody saw that picture and they were like, what is that? I said, I just felt like doing lines and squiggles on my face. I said, whatever you want it to be. And I posted it on Instagram. And I'm like, what would y'all call this look? Somebody said they would call it having fun playing the makeup. And somebody else said, something, something, something. So you see, and not to say see what you want to see, but people were commenting like what they would call that look. Because I'm like, I just put squiggles and lines over my face. and they were digging it. And so that's what I like. Just doing stuff. And the thing when people say, what is it? Our mind naturally wants to associate what we see with something else that we know, with something that's familiar. And I do understand that. Or they'll say, "Oh, that looks like such and such. That looks like such and such," because our mind is familiar with whatever that is. And I'm of the mindset of it looked like whatever you want it to look like. You know what I mean? But I do understand, as people, we want something to relate to it. Like if I do a sunset look, or if I don't mean to do a sunset look, and somebody says, "Oh, that looks like a sunset look," because our minds just want to associate stuff. And I think it's just how we process what we're seeing. But some of my stuff be like, "What the fuck? What is that?" Whatever you want it to be. Because as y'all see, I'm just making up shit. I'm feeling like I want to do something up here because that looks kind of bare. Don't y'all think? I'm hoping I'm putting a little bit more blue on here. My eyes are starting to burn again. I'm hoping my eyeballs don't swell up. Because that happens with pressed pigments on my lids. Like my actual eyeball, meaning like the white parts of my eye, will swell up. And my lids get really dry and cracked. So I'm hoping... It's just a mild burn right now. Not anything like it was earlier. But I'm just hoping that it's not like a lingering reaction. The peach we're eating now has no flavor. Tanya, you are so funny. Tanya has a knack. It's a skill. It's a gift. Tanya has a knack for and a skill and a talent for whatever's going on. She's going to comment about something else. And it always makes me laugh. I'll be like, what? That's a skill. That's a skill. Oh my goodness. Purple Noda Turtle, yes. New color, y'all. Okay. And yeah, from years ago. Oh, an old video of mine popped up in your feed today from like 6 years ago. You loved your shoulderless days. That's not maybe more squiggles. They were loving it over on Instagram. But when people in real life saw it, they were like, "What is that?" I said, "It's whatever you want to be." So I put a little more of the blue, the purple, and a tiny bit of the white. And we're going to mix that together again. Dawn must be gone because I'm number one. She do be coming in out the gate at number one. I don't know what. I don't know how. I don't know. So I'm mixing that up. Millions of peaches for free, says Alexandra. Excuse me, peaches can be disappointing, said Janet. Yeah, she has a knack for that, and I'd be like, and then sometimes I wonder, like, what does she see that's making her think of that thing? Like, what? Like, why is she? But it makes me laugh, though. There's a song lyric from Rich Mullins. He was, I don't know what his ethnicity is, but if you look at him, you would just say he was white. He spent a lot of time in the Midwest on reservations. He was a gospel singer, not even a gospel singer, a contemporary Christian music artist thing. And it was so weird because they said that he would never, looking at that scar, he would never record his work. He would just, he would have in his mind what he wanted to do. And then he would go into the studio and do the song. Like, yeah, he would practice the song, do the song, but he would never record it. And he was going somewhere, and he stopped in this old church, this old, like, rundown, broken up church. You could just see, like, the foundation of the church and the foundation of the walls. And he recorded an album sitting in that place. And it sounds very acoustic because it was just raw. He was just sitting there in this stone place, this stone hollow of a building, and before he could record it in the studio, he died. And so and this is way back, and so a group of his musician friends, I think this was so fucking cool, and I think I still have it. They took his recording, I shouldn't have did that because this looks square as hell. And I do know I have a square head, but that's really, I shouldn't have did that. That's how that mermaidy look came out. I'm like, yeah, my forehead is looking super square. And so they took it. He recorded it on like a transistor radio recording type thing. And so what they did was him and a group, well, not him because he had died unexpectedly. It was like some type of accident. And so his friends, you know, they all listened to it and they remade all the songs. And so the CD set, the first one is what Rich Mullins recorded. And it does sound like it's on a transistor radio type sound. Like it is just like bare bones, just really raw. So the first CD is the whole album that Rich did in the place. And remember, he never recorded anything until he went into the studio. And for whatever reason, he recorded that. And then he died right after. Not after that day, but soon after that. And so his friends, they all got together and remade the songs. And so the first CD is hearing Rich Mullins, and you know how it sounds. And then the second CD was what his friends did. And I was like, that is so freaking cool. That is so freaking cool. And why was I saying that? Oh, there's a lyric in one of his songs that says, and I feel like this is me because of how my personality is. And like, y'all know me to be goof troop, but some people are like, you are just so serious all the time. Like, are you okay? And I'm like, do I not look like I'm okay? But right now, I know I don't. But there's a lyric in one of his songs that says, if you make me laugh, I know I can make you like me. Because when I laugh, I can be a lot of fun. And when we can't do that, I know that it is frightening because I don't know how we can go on. And for some reason, that just sticks with me. And I kind of feel like I'm that way. Like, if you can make me laugh, I know I can make you like me. Because when I laugh, I could be a lot of fun. When we can't do that, I know that it is frightening. Because I don't know how we can go on. But that stuck with me. He had a very unique sound, too. And I learned what a dulcimer is. Have you guys heard of a dulcimer? I never heard. And you can hear it in his music, but I thought it was like a violin or something. And it is a stringed instrument. And in one of his videos, he was playing the dulcimer. And I'm like, oh, that's what it is. I'm like, oh, okay. When you listen to different types of music, you learn different things. And I really do like his music. But I think it was just so cool that his friends did that. So they redid his songs. And I like how the one CD is him. So you're hearing it raw. And then you hear how they remade it in the studio. And that tells you a lot, because these days people just be sampling shit. But for them to take the actual songs and remake the actual songs, you know what I'm saying? Like, that says a lot. Because even in the music industry, I don't know people who do that. You start doing an album and then you pass away. Do y'all know of any artists who passed away and their friends came and redid their song? No, I don't. I'm not saying they haven't, but I'm just saying I don't. So I'm just making this more of a mask. I saw your comment, Tanya, that it looks like a mask. And so that's what we're doing. I don't know what your vision was, Janessa, so I hope you are enjoying whatever the hell this is. I don't like when my forehead really looks this friggin' square. It's like, what the... Wow, this is like super square. And I don't mind putting this in my hair because, one, I do need to wash it. And number two, it is water-based, so, or whatever it is. So if I come on here next time and I still got purple hair, y'all know that it didn't wash out. Now this to me looks blue, looking where you are, and this looks purple. I think it's very important for everyone to know that I'm drinking orange juice. The Skinny Queen. Get that vitamin C, girl. I saw your comments, and I'm like, why is she saying that? Oh, speaking of vitamin C, Tank has a new song out with Aaliyah. Oh, and it's okay, but sometimes they should let they should just let, yeah. But they did Rich justice though. Like, it was really good. Cause they could have just did the remake and left it. but they put his on there too, and it does sound like you're listening to something on the transistor radio. So I really think that was just cool how, they still wanted him to be heard. So not just them remaking it, but this is how he really sounded. This is what he did. And I think it was also significant because he never recorded anything. And to record that and then you die before you get to go to the studio to do it, it was just like, wow. And I do believe that some people do know that something's going to happen. I do really believe that. Sometimes. I believe some people do know. I think it's just, if you're sensitive, if you're in tune, that type of thing. And I identify as a Christian, but when people ask me about whatever, I just say I'm a spiritual person. I am a spiritual person. I've seen things, I've heard things, and so I do believe sometimes you know. And I think too, like what I was saying about when my job was eliminated, I do think that was the universe saying, you need to just chill. And to not notice for 4 months that I wasn't getting extra checks, it's like, what? Like, wait a minute. I'm like, let me actually sit and do the math, because I had never even done it. Because in my mind, I'm like, oh, January, I'll start looking for work. I looked up, y'all, it was April. I was like, damn, if I could do that, I could do that permanently. So believe it or not, I feel like something's missing. Deadly recording. Thank you, Skinny Queen, because I was like, yeah. And I know you didn't mean any harm in that or whatever, but I was like, oof. You notice I didn't read that one out loud. It was just like, and I know I really believe you didn't mean any harm in it. I really don't think you did, because you're one of the coolest people here. Actually, we're all the cool kids. This is how dry it is, y'all. Like I am. It ain't coming off. Damn. I feel like something's missing. Because this is too bare, like this right here. I'm looking at my lipsticks now because we got to do something. I don't know what the hell this is. It's whatever y'all want it to be. It is fun though. Y'all know I just love doing stuff. I don't think this is dark enough. Hey, it may be. Okay. This is Tragic from Notoriously Morbid. Warm Plum Eggplant, it says. Okay. I didn't think it was going to be dark enough, because I wanted it to blend in with the purple. It doesn't blend in, but it looks like it's supposed to be like that, I think. Thank you all for being here. I think we have Dawn's look next. I forget what it was. I have it in my calendar though. And then Melissa wanted, and I know you didn't. I really feel like you didn't, Skinny Queen. Like if you was some rando that came in and said that, I would be like, Janessa, handle your business. But yeah, I didn't think you did. What was I going to say? I forgot. With all of this craziness on my face, why am I trying to perfect my lip line? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh. I forget what Dawn's request was. It is in my calendar. And Melissa, hers will be next. She requested, I just had a thought, like, is her name really Melissa or Melinda? Because I called her Melinda a couple videos ago. Y'all, my mind is a strange place. She requested cheetah print. And I did a look for the class. It was a high fashion look we had to do. And in the demo, they used gold leaf. And I didn't have gold leaf, and I wasn't going to go out and buy gold leaf. And so what I did was, and it was just like here to here. I'll post that picture too. It's, you know what, if I can find that video, I'll put it on my community tab, because I did do videos of my homework assignment. This is what the assignment was. This is what I did. This is what my tutor said, that type of thing. And so I'm like, I'm not buying gold leaf. I'm like, I'm not doing that. And so I used my Inglot potted liners, and I think I may have used the Midnight Snack Fluid line from MAC, because that's gray. And I just put like just little marks, and then tracing the mark, I just put some of the yellow, the Inglot, and then some of like something else. And so it was like from here to here. And so the note that I put on my assignment, I said I don't have gold leaf, but I didn't want to leave the face bare, because it was the eye look and the gold leaf part. And I'm just like, I didn't want to leave that bare. And she said when she first saw the look, she thought that it was leopard print. And then she said when she read my note, she was like, wow. And she commented saying that that impressed her. And she said that was a true makeup artist trick, is when the client asks for something and you don't have it, but you still do it with what you have, and it looks really good. So I felt kind of proud about that, because yeah. Yeah, so that's what I thought about with your requests. I'm trying to think, do I want to put eye primer on? Because I'm going to put shadow on my lids. And so I felt really good about that, because I'm like, I'm not buying nothing else. And it's funny because I didn't buy stuff in the first place. Excuse me. But I was like, because then I was thinking like, how often excuse me, how often am I going to use gold leaf to actually buy gold leaf? You know what I mean? And so I'm like, I'm not buying it. And I didn't buy it. And I did what I did. And she really liked it. We're going to put this on our lower. Yo, this is it that's left. This is the one I used yesterday, but that video didn't air yet. And so that's what I thought about when you made your request. Now listen. And that won't be like this. That'll be either editorial or like a high fashion look. But we're still going to call it troll play, because it's outside of the realm of just my regular makeup. But I am excited to do that again, because that was the one and only time I've even ever did that. One thing I do appreciate about the program is that we did have to do a lot of different looks. And the majority of them I would have never thought to even do. And I still do what the hell I want to do with my makeup. I was looking at somebody's short, and they're a makeup artist. Excuse me for shaking you. Mine was $58 back in 2023. McDonald's minimum wage, baby, 1950 cents. I remember being a waitress, and my pay rate was, I think it was like $2.85 per hour, because they counted on you getting tips. And I'm like, $2 and some cents an hour. Excuse me? But that's what it was, because they counted on you getting tips. But that was horrible. So when you didn't get tips, y'all, the check was looking like it wasn't a check. I'm gonna throw this away after this, because the nub is even lower, and it seems like it's really dry. And I did put on eye cream, so I knew my under eyes are not dry. So we're gonna throw that away. This is a fresh one, so we already had that here handy. I'm looking at, this is the Web Weaver palette from Notoriously Morbid, and I'm looking at this shade and maybe putting this on top. At that point, it's pity change out here. It was, but that's what it was back then. So it's, you know, and minimum wage is low now. It was lower back then. So it was just like, ugh. That's like Nordstrom, says Michelle. That job pissed me off. They paid you your hourly. If you didn't make your hourly in commission, but then you owed the what? Oh hell no! Nah, yeah, I ain't paying you shit. You supposed to be paying me for being here. I wouldn't have had that job for long. I never worked at Nordstrom, but I did work at Macy's one year for the holiday season, like the Christmas season, because people want to be touching all the sweaters and pants and holding stuff up and then just throw it on the side. So my job all day long was to just go around and just fix the tables, because people want to just open up clothes and don't fold them back. And so what I learned from that is when I'm looking at stuff, if I open it up, I'm going to close it. I'm going to refold it. But that's not what people do. So that was actually my job for the holiday season at Macy's one year. Was just to go around and fix. This shadow is powder. I tapped the brush in it, and it is like freaking snowing. Damn. Yeah, that was my job for the holiday season. Fix shit that people just want to open up clothes, hold them up. How does this look? Oh, I don't like that one. How does this one look? How about you stop touching shit? Or how about you fold shit up? And I'm like, what does your closet look like? Yo, this is falling out on my face. As if it matters with all this other stuff on my face. Does it matter that the eyeshadow is falling? I am ridiculous. Raise them barns just somewhere. I'm just like, y'all jokers. But I'm like, you know what? It's a job. And I hated it because I've never been. And what I just did was tap the shadow from on here onto the brush, because I'm tapping it off over top of that. I'm like, what do our closets look like? I've always been very neat and I've always been very organized. And so stuff like that, I'm just like, y'all just animals. What does your closet look like? Like, do you just got shit thrown everywhere? Or do you got a maid that comes in and folds your clothes? It's just ridiculous. But I wasn't upset because I got paid to clean up other people's mess. And as long as you give me my check. There was an Italian restaurant I worked at. They were so racist. And what's crazy is that, like, in New York City, in that Brooklyn area, Italians are considered black people. And so working at this Italian place, and they were discriminative against me because I was black, I was just like, that don't make any sense at all to me. Because y'all knew y'all considered black too. There's a gap right here. I'm going to use the same brush. The shade is powdery. That was this one. We're going to take this one. The shimmer. That's powdery too. But the first time they sent me this one was shattered and this one was shattered. And so they sent me another one. And this one and this one and this one has a print in it. And so they said they would send me another one because two of the shadows were shattered. And I said, is it going to have the prints in them? Not that it really matters, but I'm a new one. And they did send it to me in PR. I haven't used this palette in a long time. Did we reach the PAO? We did. The PAO says October 6th. There's a gap like right here. I know y'all see that. Shit. I must not have put primer there. Oh, this is like, and there's no primer over there, so I'll just look. Even like this, you still see it? You know what? I got something for your ass. I haven't used this palette in a long time. We're going to do it, y'all. It didn't irritate my list before. We're going to do it again and hope that it doesn't again. Take a little bit of that purple. Looks magenta to me, though. Don't start screaming, y'all. Don't start screaming. This is a cream shadow brush from Sephora. Y'all remember when they had the silver handle brushes? What's the difference between PAO and expiration? You mentioned that in the video when I've been being asked. Tanya was working, minimum wage was $3.35. The request was Halloween colors, pumpkin orange, limey green, and blue, and purple. Yeah. So other than that, go wild. I went wild. I know you see this. Did Alexandra leave? Okay, she's probably going by now. Have a good night, Alexandra. Sorry I missed you leaving. So PAO, if you look on any of your products, on the back usually, this is the paint, y'all. I know some of y'all are like, girl, don't do it. But this is the paint. If you look on any of your makeup products, there should be an open container. And inside that open container, there's a number and a letter. And so for most eyeshadow palettes, it'll say 12M. That's the PAO. And the reason the container is open, because that's how long the product should be good for after you open it. So that's the period after opening. People say it's the shelf life, and it's not the shelf life. Shelf life is, like if they say the shelf life is 12 months, that means even if you never use it, you never open it, it's going to be bad in 12 months. Because that's the shelf life, because it's just sitting on the shelf. It'll be bad in 12 months. That gap is still right here. So PAO is period after opening. So look on the back of any of your products and you'll see an open container and a letter and a number. That's the PAO. And I say it all the time, like the open container means after you open it. Shelf life just means even if it's just sitting on the shelf. But people, and that's one of my pet peeves, because a lot of people, and I think it might just be habit. And because people just, every video I watched, I only heard one person explain it, and that's after they kept hearing me explain it. You know, the PAO is after you open it. But I think it's just a habit for the beauty community just to say shelf life, shelf life, shelf life. That's not the shelf life. And think about this too. When you buy makeup, like I'll use Natasha Denona as an example. Her stuff is seldom limited edition. I can buy Circle Loco right now. Do you really think they just made that Circle Loco palette last month? Or you think it's been sitting on the shelf? Because if the shelf life was 12 months, when I get it, it's already should be thrown in the trash. Them gaps is still there. This one right here. And this one over here. We're going to take a little bit of the blue. And so that's the difference. PAO is period after opening. An open jar with a number and a letter in it. The number is how many months. Well, it's just how many, and the M is for months. This is that blue. And it is a pet peeve of mine. And I think it is just really just a habit. Shelf life, shelf life, shelf life. And I'm like, sometimes I scream at the TV. That's not what it is. It's period after opening. That's why the container's open, people. But, you know, I can't change the world. I'm trying to get that gap to not show up. Y'all like, girl, the way your face looks. I did get the scar to go away, though, putting that purple over it. Isn't she lovely? I want to do something on the forehead. This just looks too bare for me to have all this other stuff all over my face. Is it just me, or is this look slowly turning into a turtle show with the lights? Woo, Chad, you funny. Is this a turtle show? Thank you for the hearts. Yeah, and every now and then, because I feel sometimes like I feel like, not to say I'm overdoing it, but sometimes I feel like that me saying it isn't from a good place. Like I'm saying it because y'all motherfuckers just pissing me off because y'all keep saying the shelf life and it's not. And so so a lot of times I don't say anything because I feel because it's one of my pet peeves and I get pissed off. And so and the times I do mention is when I'm calm and I'm like, so the PAO is this is what it is, and not being like, listen. You just ran. Oh no, you just ran into a door. That's karma for you. Karma for you for what would you do? And for shelf life, it's not necessarily bad. Right, it's not necessarily bad immediately after, but that's the last date after which someone could open it and be guaranteed to get the full PAO. I agree with you, Janessa. And like this one, that palette, the PAO was August 6th. I'm still using it. And there's some other palettes I have that are like, 8, 9 months past the PAO. Because I will use a palette if I really like it. I will use it. Y'all, this paint is dry on my leggings because I was rubbing my leg and I could feel the texture from the dried paint. So if I really do like a palette, I'll use it until it starts to irritate my lids. Like seriously, I will. And so, that's too late. Going through my lipsticks over here. I don't have a lot of purple lipsticks. And I kind of don't want to do anything else with the paints because of how they dry and evaporate, and then it doesn't quite look how I want them to look. So I have come to accept that that's just what people know. And then when you hear something for so long, that's just what it is. You know what I mean? This says deep blackened blurple. Deep blackened blurple. We're going to use this. So I do think people, that's just what, because when you hear something over and over and over and over and over and over and over, okay, that's what it is. And people don't think about it. Like, why is the container open? What do you mean if it's just on the shelf? And that's why too, like for pro kits, we are supposed to throw stuff away when it gets to the PAO. You can keep using it for you if you use your kit stuff, but for kit stuff, you throw that away or take it out or put it somewhere. Like Made in Me Too. I keep things forever. I'm feral. Stuff do turn on me. I've had Natasha's stuff. Her PAO is 24 months. Like her palettes, particularly is the cream to powder formula or her creamy matte formula, where when I get close to 3 years, which is a year after the PAO, it'll start to irritate my lids, and so then I'll throw it out. I used to work with quality control customer complaints in warehouses. I'm very familiar with shelf life expiration. Yeah, expiration and PAO. More familiar than this eye just twitched. It's been twitching off and on lately. More familiar than everyone of it. Yeah. And expiration, and I heard somebody say here on YouTube, they're like, well, we know, and she smiled when she said it. She said, well, we know makeup doesn't really expire. All right, Jaclyn Hill lipsticks. Keep wearing that shit. But, and some liken it to a Best By date. Like, yeah, your bread might be dated such and such day, but you can still eat it after and it's still fine. So some people say to them the PAO is just like, is Best By such and such a date, or the PAO is Best By such and such a date, or once you pass the PAO, they can't guarantee you it's still going to be good. So it's kind of, so some people do kind of look at it that way, because like I said, I will keep using stuff. This is that lipstick. This is just looking too bare up here for me. They're like, can you just do a little bit, Dion? Like, I like that. This, you know what? If I do want to do another shading look, the look I did with the Makeup by Mario palette, y'all were like, quite a few of y'all said, I wouldn't have thought you did that with Makeup by Mario. When I did the shading, like one side was just grayish and the other side I had shading and stuff like that. And that's in my troll play playlist. And that's where, I don't know if the stuff I did from class is in there or not, but that's one of my favorite looks. I was just like, let me just play with shading. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. That shadow makes me have a black eye under there. So I really do like that look. And so what I'm thinking of, like having just done those little lines, I'm thinking of like a tiger-like type stripe or zebra stripe. Like just do my face, like one particular color, maybe shade around the edges, and then just do stripes on my face. I think that will look nice. I do think so. Yo, this paint is dry. This brush is like Why are you trying to run me over that? That's what I'm envisioning. Not with all the other stuff, but just like maybe a pale white or pale gray, shade the edges. Of course, probably do a black nose, and then do lines this way, and then come straight, and then angle upward, and these come upward, and of course something on the nose. I think that would be a nice look. This is like, girl, can you stop? Janessa got me going. Oh man. I basically sniff, look, and feel. Yeah, yeah. And going back to Natasha's, her cream to powder, sometimes they start to, I'll swipe the brush in it and it'll like kind of ball up a little bit. And I'm like, yeah, it's about to die. I'll still use it. It doesn't irritate my lids. But when it starts to burn my lids, I'm like, okay, you got to go. Yeah, if it starts looking funny. And y'all, and that's why I think for Fenty, they didn't bring that black stunner back. I loved it. It turned after like 5 months. I opened it. I was like, what the fuck is that? They still make every shade, but they do not make that black one anymore. And I think it was something with one of the ingredients in there. Because they sell all the rest of them, but they do not make that black one. Because I thought I'll repurchase it. It wasn't even there. So I think it was just something with that, one of the ingredients in the black one, that it was rancid in 5 months. And the PAO was 12 months. I'm just like, okay, that's weird. But yeah, sniff, feel. And even like with mascaras, when you open it, you can smell like, because usually they have a very subtle smell, or you might not smell it, and you open it one day and be like, wait a minute, what? My beloved pastel palette is going off. How long have you had it, Michelle? Also, cross-contamination may speed up the process of going bad. And y'all know I don't use my fingers for makeup, so it's never, just the oils from my skin, break it down, hard pan, or whatever. Y'all got fallout under here, too. Y'all know, where's that palette at? I picked up Stone Cold Medusa, because that one's silver like this one, but Cold Stone Medusa is textured, where this one is smooth. But, yeah. So I will keep using stuff. How long have you... Savage is like... Cross-country the process. Yeah. How long have you had your pastel palette? Who's Savage? You saying that Janessa's Savage? Yeah. Janessa, she describes herself in the funniest way. She be like, yeah, I'm feral. I'll just use my hands and slap body glitter on my face. One of the things I adhere to is expiration date is milk. I do not drink milk. My stomach is like, no. And it happened gradually, because I used to have I started having, and I think it was like in my 20s, my late 20s, I started having problems with milk, with my stomach. Yeah, it's not worth being sick at all, because you don't know if it's coming this way or coming out the other way, or it feels like both. It's just like, just pick one area to come out of and just do it and get it over with. And then all the cramping and stuff like that. And so, but I was able to drink 2% milk with no issue. So I drank 2% milk for a while. Your milk gets the sniff test, and it'll curdle too. So it's like, well, this ain't cottage cheese. No. Since you tend to use it quickly when you buy it, even a hint of whiff and it's going, yeah, I may have missed it, but it's just the paint that glow in the dark. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. This is lipstick, so these won't. But yes, this is the UV reactive paint. Like, why do it smell like that? Hello. Oh, wow, you love the look. Thank you, Joe, because I'm just making up stuff. I got off Macari back in December. She had it since launch. Oh, hell, that is old. This time that I'm in denial. Let it go. 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 Thanks, Joe. We're going to take that same brush, and we're just going to put shadow under here, because it's looking like it is because of the fallout. So we're just going to be like, okay, whatevs. Yeah, so I was able to drink 2% milk with no problem. And then, like in my late 30s, it started upsetting my stomach. So I started drinking 1% milk. That was fine. And then time went on. Got near my 50s. Oh, hell. So I was drinking fat-free milk. That was fine. Time went... Oh, this is nice. Like a black eye. I am going to play too with that blood sample kit that I got from Mayron. And I'm really particularly interested in the one that's supposed to make your skin look like a scar because it like draws up your skin. So you put like a strip of the whatever the liquid, and it's supposed to like kind of. So I'm really curious about that. Um, so I was drinking 1% milk. It was fine, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh hell. So I was drinking fat-free milk. That was fine. A couple years went by. Nope. Mm-mm. I'm like, fuck. Started drinking fat-free milk, which ain't milk. That was good for a little while, and then all of a sudden that irritated my stomach. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, seriously, fat-free milk? Is that even really milk? Like, for real? And so then I said, oh, I'll try the nut juice. So I started getting almond milk. That was fine, and then it wasn't. I'm like, and then they had like an almond cashew milk, which is very good, by the way. And my stomach said no. And I'm like, damn it. So I don't drink any milk. I can eat hard cheeses. Y'all know I love Gouda. And I cube it up and put it into all of my salads. I can eat hard cheeses. Some soft cheeses, my stomach is like, no. So anything that's really creamy, my stomach is like, no. And it's because of the milk. And even if it's really creamy, the cream has milk. And so, yeah, I haven't even bought milk since I was with that dude who called himself an English mutt. And we ended our relationship in 2020. So I haven't bought milk since 2020. This shadow is so powdery. I see it puffing up. Yeah, so no milk for me. Don't buy it. And I can eat like macaroni and cheese and stuff like that. But if you just give me like something really creamy, like somebody gave me some type of pasta dish, and the first couple bites, and it hit, I chewed it, swallowed it, it hit my stomach, and I was like, oh. And that's when I was telling y'all I made myself sick, and it was my fault because I still ate it because it was good. But yeah, my stomach, and it wasn't really cramping, but it was like mild nauseousness for like 4 days. And I'm just like, can you just come out? But and as I was eating it, I was like, don't let it be too bad, Lord. Don't let it be too bad. Because I knew my stomach didn't like it because I could feel it, but I still kept eating it because it was good. So I did do that to myself. And I asked the person, did you put cream in here? And they were like, oh, I put whole milk. I'm like, oh, God. Yeah, so it was whole milk, and then they put something else in it to make it creamier. And yeah, no. But I did that to myself. But yeah, so, but hard cheeses, yeah, I can eat. Some of the soft cheeses and different ice creams, I'm like, Talenti's is fine, and I don't think that's really milk. I don't think that's really like ice cream. I think it's that gelato or whatever. Edie's ice cream tears my stomach up. Friendly's ice cream from the grocery store tears my stomach up. I was able to eat Breyers, but I haven't even tried that in years. But ooh, I got dizzy. I wasn't even doing anything. I'm just sitting here. Oh my God. Like, why? I'm not even doing anything. I didn't swivel my head really fast or nothing. Okay. I like the black eye look. Okay. It went away. I was just like, oh, I'm glad I'm sitting down. Michelle, somebody told me, this was maybe a year ago, that they wanted to find the Natasha Denona Safari palette. Yeah, because he was like, I'm mixed with, like, my DNA. When I did the thing, I'm mixed with, different stuff. And he calls himself an English mutt because he has a lot of the different English, UK type stuff in his DNA. So he called himself an English mutt. I've never tried flax milk. I don't even know if I've ever heard of that. Tanya only does whole milk because you can't stand milk. Really, if you want to get it, it's going to be the red label. That tear my stomach up. Yeah, nut juice. Or nut milk. Like almond milk. You drinking nuts. Giving myself a black eye for color correcting. You know what, though? I like this black eye. Like, I like how it... Like, this is giving me ideas. Like, if I ever do... I remember one of the first things I did, it was a collab. And I think it was one that Leanna Dalton here on YouTube did. This was years ago because I still have that picture in my phone. And I did a mask look of a dragonfly. And that, I was like, that is really nice. But it wasn't a black eye, though. If I remember, I'll post that in there too. Um, or if it's in my troll playlist, which I don't know if it is or not. If it's not, I should put it in there. I'll just post the troll playlist on my community tab. But he was like, why is she giving herself a black eye after color correcting? That's the crazy troll nation way. Yeah, it is. Oh, Janessa gotta go. Okay. And I'm glad you like it, because this is your look. And y'all like, girl, why you do that to her? Can't hold back my old ass song. What song? Let it go, let it go. That song. And you gotta do the let it go, let it go. Somebody told me like about a year or so ago. You said savage in your head when I said them JH living. Yo, they came out the gate with fur. I'm like, at least wait like a couple of months and then grow hair. Like what the? And that one video when the person, it was insane. The one person, she took a pair of tweezers and she was like, what the fuck is that? So it wasn't just like a little piece of hair. It was in there because she was just like, and she's showing it as she was pulling it out. And that shit was long as hell. I'm like, they done baked the hair into the... That shit was crazy. So about a year or so ago, someone said they wanted to find a Natasha Denona Safari palette. Mine always smelled like glue, and even if I left it open for days, it still always smelled like glue. But like a year or so ago, somebody said, "Oh my God, getting dizzy again." Somebody said they would want to try and find it on Mercari or Poshmark, and I said I wouldn't trust it, me personally, because that palette came out like half a century ago. So even if you find somebody selling it, that palette is old as dirt right now. And so they never replied. I don't know if I heard their feelings or not. I wasn't trying to, but I'm like, think about how old that palette is. Like, think about when it came out, first of all. And so that's what that reminded me of, Michelle. You said she bought it when it first came out. That palette is old. But yeah, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. And Skinny Queen drink oat milk. So I think I'm done because I'm not feeling like, okay, you need to do more. I can't believe I painted in my damn ears. So I don't know what this is, but it did give me an idea for if I want to do a warrior look. Do the black eye and just do this over here. This is what I love about troll play that I do, and I just make up shit because then it gives me like the different parts of it gives me ideas for other stuff. The lip is not new because I did a simple clown look where it was just, I think I did red around the eyes, not sure. The face was white and I did a black lip. And so I had on black lipstick and then I did black, all the way back here. So that was really simple. It was only like 3 shadows or 3 paints for that look. You right. That palette is gonna be rock soon. You don't drop water on it, it'll turn into rocks. It's gonna crystallize. That's what it might do. This is giving me ideas for like a leopard print or zebra print. This right here is giving me ideas for like a warrior look. Like if y'all saw the movie Prey, which is in the Alien Predator timeline, that whole series, but the movie Prey, they would paint here and then have, a few marks or something somewhere else. So that's giving me an idea for that. I don't know what this is giving me for. I do like the other one I did better with the green and yellow, except I stopped right here instead of taking it all the way back. And that was more simple, meaning my whole face wasn't colored. But I do like it, and it was fun doing it and doing new things. I never painted my ears. I don't like that my forehead is naturally square, but when I put a shadow across it, it looks more square. So that I don't like. So I need to just leave it blended into the hairline and not do a line right there. I like that we found a lipstick that goes with it. So I am having a lot of ideas, which is good. It definitely does look like a mask, and I made it more so when I saw Tanya's comment by putting, the purple down here. And so, excuse me. So the thing is like when I do role play, sometimes I do a whole bunch of stuff. And then it gives me ideas individually. Like I was saying, this for this, this for that, this for that, this for that. And so I like doing all the things because certain aspects I'm thinking of something else. And something else I did, somebody said it was like an Aztec kind of look because of how I did the lines. Started out looking like Trump and ended up looking like a warrior pumpkin. Or even just do all orange like I did and use the lighter orange or whatever color somewhere else and then putting like the stripes. That would be it too. So even though I like doing all the things, it helps, it gives me ideas for more simplistic stuff. Like just all one color and do the lines, you know, do no color and just do like warrior paint type stuff. You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense because I feel like I'm not making sense. But so we used all the shades. We used 6. The only one we didn't use was the hot pink. And so that's why I like doing this. Like just do a bunch of stuff and then just see what happens and be like, yeah, that's what we did. And then it'll lead me into doing other stuff. And when it was just the oranges and greens, it was given a pair of shorts. We're making a great start to a cheetah. Which part? Like just the lines? Because cheetah, they have the spots. Right? They might have to look that up. Making sure I'm not missing comments. So this is it, y'all. It is a lot of stuff. I am glad we did do the black eye, because to me that balances out the eyes. Yeah, I do like the eyes. I'm trying to get off that damn patch, but I think I did get the patch off. Oh, you think the eyes are making you think of a good start for the cheetah? Do they have black eyes though? This looks cheetah to you? Okay. Now let me write that down. I know I started keeping a little thing over here in a pen. But I do have your idea, the cheetah look, in my calendar. So I don't know if I remember him having black eyes. Maybe I'm thinking of a leopard. Cheetah, black eyes. Okay, I'm writing it down. And of course, cheetah print. So I don't need to write cheetah print because I know that's going to be print. Okay, so Dawn's is next. I forget what it is, but it is in my calendar. And yours will be after that, Melissa. Melinda is the one that was saying about the Safari palette like a year or so ago. And I don't know why now, since I made that error before, like now I keep thinking like, is Melissa Melinda or... And so I threw myself off with that. They have a mask like around the eyes. I'm gonna have to look up a cheetah. The lines give you more tiger vibe. Yeah, me too. Yeah. But we'll do a look like that. And it'll be simple. The face just one color and then just put lines. And I do think they're all interchangeable, says Michelle. Cheetah and leopards, jaguars, all the same. I do know the jaguars got spots. I do know that. What else I was saying? Yeah, this is a lot. But it was fun. And it's the learning moment for me. Like just doing new things and also, you know, when I encourage y'all to plan your makeup, like I'm not talking about like this, but I'm just talking about like if you don't do wing liner, try wing liner. Okay, Locke, thank you for being here. You know, if you always use black eyeliner, use, you know, a yellow or just like stuff like that. I don't be talking about stuff like this. But it is fun to do, and I do enjoy it. It is fun to do, like just to see what happens. Like, oh, I feel like doing this. Let's just see. And not to be apprehensive or not to feel self-conscious or not to be afraid. Like, what will people think? Just do it. Just do it. Just rock it. These are water-based. So before I just wet a cloth and wiped over my face and it came off. I will probably use a Neutrogena for the eyes because I did put eyeshadow on the eyes, and I will need something for that matte liquid lipstick to get that off. But as far as just the paint color, and these are lipsticks too, so that won't just come off. But the paint stuff, that'll just come off with water. Yeah. So when I took it off before, I just wet a cloth, wrung it out, went over it again, wrung it out, wet it, wrung it, and it just came right off. Bestie Sunday Raleigh City Beauty. So I'm not going to use a cleanser to remove it, but I will wash my face with the cleanser afterward. I will definitely do that. And I always double cleanse. And so I'll remove it and then wash my face and then wash it again. And do all the things with skincare. Thankfully, my eyes are not burned, and I'm hoping my eyelids aren't going to be like swollen or red. But my eyes, I don't feel anything right now, so that's really good. But that was awful. That was awful. So y'all, we're going to go. I do have like 4 more live scheduled. I don't remember when is what. Don't forget the ears. I know I'll wake up and be like, why is it green on my pillow? And you know what though? When it dries though, y'all, look at this. When it dries, it don't move. It do not move. Now, if I sweat, that might be something different. But then, you know, powder down or spray the berry spray, but it doesn't come off. But you wet it, it'll just come off. Oh, hey, T. Does everyone swatch at night just because? We done did, woo. I don't know, but I do. This was a member request, not the look, but the color story. So I don't know what's next, but I do have the next 4, I believe, live streams scheduled. I didn't schedule Dawn's look or your look next, Melissa. Because I went for live streams, I don't mind scheduling like a month ahead, like 4 at a time or 5 at a time, because, but more than that, sometimes I'll end up having to switch the dates or something like that if something else comes up. We are doing a live stream, opening up and trying on the stuff that Grace gave me. We do have a live stream scheduled for the Metropolis palette, even though it's not made anymore, just for y'all to see the colors before I actually start using it. So yeah, we have a lot of stuff coming up and regular videos throughout the week. And I did do 2 more looks, one each eye with Sigma's Angela palette. And honestly, y'all, I think I'm over it already. But I don't want to give up too soon. So I am going to do another look with it. And just do both eyes, one look, I think, because I'm kind of over it already. And I think because the looks were really basic, and I'm like, I have stuff to do that with. Dion knows a Melissa person. A Melissa personally. And actually, you know what? Her name is not even Melissa. Her name is Melinda. Now I'm thinking about it. What the hell do I be making up names? Yeah, her name is Melinda. She's on Instagram, and I think it's like Melinda Makeup or something like that. Yeah, her name is Melinda. Oh, I'm calling you somebody's name I don't even know. There is a Melissa here on YouTube, the one that has Asperger's, that keeps changing her channel name, so that's why I don't remember what it is anymore. Because it was Aspie Girl Melissa, and then she switched it, and now I'm just like, I don't know, I don't remember what it is. Did I? I am so sorry. I'm trying right now. I'm trying in my mind to figure out like how to not, because since I did that the first time before, now when I get ready to say your name, I second guess it every time, and so I threw myself off with that. Michelle, you know what? I did keep calling you Melissa. Damn it, Michelle. I need a nickname for you. Or I'll just sing. Oh, I saw your comment. Let it go. So that'll be you. Let it go. So if I do that, I'm talking about Michelle. And I apologize because I hate mispronouncing or saying somebody's name. I really do. Skinny jean flashbacks. And I didn't notice it at first. I must have said skinny jean like 10 times. And then like the 11th time, I'm like, did I just say skinny jean? And when I watched the back, I said it like 10, 20 times. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I am so sorry for that, skinny queen. Yeah, I do. And that happened maybe like 5 lives ago. Like out of nowhere, I was just saying skinny jean. And I'm just like, tried to tip my head and not my heart, Charles, as the pastor say. which means charge it to my memory or my brain and not don't charge it to how I feel, because y'all know I love y'all. But yeah, yeah, I apologize, y'all. So Michelle and Skinny Queen. Yeah. Thinking of getting Terra Moon's palette. I cannot think off the top of my head what it looks like. Do any of y'all have experiences with Terra Moon's palette that you can say for, let T know about? It's too similar. What is it too similar to? Or were we talking about the names? I don't know what we're talking about. You were like, okay, my name is Skinny G now. I'm so sorry for that. And I kept saying it. And after like the 28th time, I'm like, did I say Skinny Jean? Have I been saying Skinny Jean? So at first, I didn't even realize I was saying that. And then I was just like, and when I watched it back, I was like, fuck, like how many times did I call her that? I be tripping. I was like, what? I don't have any skinny jeans. Can't wear skinny jeans. Says T. I thought I couldn't either. I bought a pair off of Temu and they were really comfortable. And they were skinny jeans. But the waistband was elastic. So much so I had to buy a belt to wear with those skinny jeans from Temu. Because even if I bent over, when I would stand up, the back would be like off my ass. And y'all know y'all don't know, but I got a bubble butt. My back, and then it's like boop, and then the thigh. And so if I would bend down to pick up something, I stand up, the jeans would be like under the bubble. No lie, I had to buy a belt for when I wear those jeans. Like, this is ridiculous. Yeah, my whole bubble be out. Like, look, if you want to see my bubble, you gonna pay for it. Like, no, I ain't flashing for free. Like, I don't flash for free. Maybe for $35. That was some bullshit. I'm making sure I'm not missing comments. Okay, y'all, we're gonna go. Throw back to low cut skinny jeans with the thongs hanging out. Yo, I don't know why people thought that was sexy. Like, I don't need to see a string coming from your ass. And I used to wear thongs, but they weren't like that. Because number one, that's uncomfortable. Because it's really like you got like a string in your... No, that wasn't even comfortable for me. I'm like, I don't know what... The best thing they did, though, is Carefree came out with thong liners. And then they stopped making them after like 10 years. But then I stopped wearing thongs after 10 years. OnlyFans skinny jeans content. Yeah, the pants was under the bubble. I did a video. I was showing one of my Coach bags. And I said, you can do it as a carry, a crossover. Or if you want to be fancy, just hold it on your elbow. And so I was back here. I didn't have this back here then. And I was walking. I'm like, damn, look at my ass. Like, I forget that I got an ass like that sometimes. I was like, oh. And whoever was watching the video or the live, whatever, they was laughing like, oh my God. Because I be forgetting. And the way my elbow was, it was like you see my elbow and then you just saw this bubble in the back. I was like, oh damn, I forgot I had that. Love how we went from Dion calling me skinny jean to the actual piece of clothing. Yeah, I mean, it's the connection, it really was a thing. Are there any makeup release if you've been interested in lately? Joe, I don't buy a lot of stuff. I've not really been intrigued by much. A lot of stuff I don't even look at because a lot of stuff I can't wear because, especially indie brands, because they use pressed pigments and my lids don't tolerate pressed pigments. And so a lot of stuff I just don't even pay attention to. We could go on and on about stuff we wore that was uncomfortable. We did anyway. I ain't wear them little strip thongs. No, I wore the ones where it was at least like this thick. But yeah, that But Carefree did good when they came out with thong panty liners. That was good. So I was like, yeah. But I don't want it to feel like it's a string scratching the crack of my ass like that. And I don't even think that's cute, but then I'm not into women. So maybe, I guess people thought it was cute. Just like I don't think men with their pants hanging off their ass, I don't think that's cute either. I'm just like, pull up your damn pants. Yeah, so no, I'm not interested in... I haven't seen anything that I could wear that I'm interested in. High school fashion. Yeah. No. It's like, where you come from, right? Like, who raised you? What the fuck? Oh, the streets raised you. Now it makes sense. You wanted the Glam Light Poop palette. I did too, and I actually looked on the website. to count how many of the shades were pressed pigments, and it's like over half of the shades are pressed pigments, and so I'm like, I'm not getting it because I'm going to use half of it. Teresa Desert is flaky. What? That turd palette, I actually wanted it because that's my color story, because it's grungy. Wow, she said it's flaky. I don't always go by Teresa is Dead's reviews because, I mean, and we know everything doesn't work for everybody. Like years and years and years and years ago, she hated with a passion Natasha Denona cream to powder and creamy matte formula. I love those formulas. But knowing that she would say she don't like those formulas, you know, I would still watch her because it's like, okay, it's just preference. But I'm like, I love those formulas. And the thing is like Pat McGrath, if you say anything bad about Celestial Shades, they will come for you like they actually like work in the factory and they actually made that product. People get really pissy with Pat McGrath stuff. But yeah, she hated, and she would tell you, I hate that fucking formula. She needed away with that. And I'm still watching the video like, yeah, we cool. It's just a preference. But then she bought one of the palettes like years after that, and she was like, I actually like it. And I'm like, I rewound it like, what'd she say? So something happened somewhere, or it was just a particular formula, but it was still cream to powder or creamy matte. And she said that she really liked this. So I was like, oh, that's surprising. Is there an indie brand that's reliably not pressed pigments? Yes, Notoriously Morbid, which I love. I got probably a third of my collection is, maybe at least a little over half my collection is Notoriously Morbid. And I do get PR from them, but I did also buy a lot of palettes from them. Nomad, some stuff I can, because the last few years they did start sprinkling in pressed pigments. But a lot of stuff like Laminatrix, no. Blend Bunny, no. And other stuff I can't think of because I just ignore it and don't pay attention to it. But Inslee Rain does pressed pigments. I do have one of their palettes. 3 of the shades were pressed pigments, and so I took them out of the palette to be sure I wouldn't actually use it by mistake, which I did when I was doing a try on. But I can't really think of others, and I know there's so many. Wicked Beauty, I think it is. They do pressed pigments. DD Signature doesn't. I have received PR from them like once, like way back. Seldom Cosmetics didn't. I was able to wear Seldom Cosmetics. They're no longer in business. They recently closed. And so, but a lot of stuff I just don't, like I see it and I just like tune it out because why look at it and drool over it when I can't use it? And so I really don't pay attention to stuff. Even like ColourPop, I don't think those are pressed pigments, but they irritate my lids. And so even like ColourPop, I'm like, no. Juvia's Place uses pressed pigments too, so no to them. So it's not even like a high-end or drugstore thing. Yeah, I can't think of who else. Somebody wanted to send me PR. I forget the brand. And I said yes. And then they messaged me saying, oh, I hope you're okay with pressed pigments. I'm like, actually, like my lids don't like them. And it was like an 8-pan palette or a 12-pan, but like one whole row with all the shimmers or all the metallics, one of them, or mattes, one whole row was pressed pigments. And so that was the last time I received PR from them, which was understandable because I can't wear it, so why send it to me? You're not really into indie brands and don't have any of their products. But even Pat McGrath is considered an indie brand. And even Natasha Denona is considered an indie brand, even like Lethal Cosmetics. But because they're mainstream, people sometimes forget that they are indie brands, meaning they're not in a house like Estee Lauder. They have all those different brands. Those aren't indie. What's that other company? Damn it. It was on the tip of my tongue. I was on the tip of my tongue, but I forget who it is, but yeah, so a lot of stuff is indie that people don't think about. No, it wasn't Deveroon. I don't even think I've heard of Deveroon. Yeah, and Lethal's indie. I love them too. They're shipping though, and yeah, I'll be like, ooh. So when I buy from them, I wait till I want either like to build a palette. Like I'm not going to order just for a lipstick. And they do have different color mascaras. I'm like, I'm not just going to buy 2 mascaras. I'm like, I'll just wait. Somebody came out with different color mascaras recently. And I forget what brand it was. And I was thinking, I didn't do mascara or eyeliner up here. As if this is a regular look. I'm looking at myself like, I forget who it is. They came out with different color liners. Was it MAC? Notoriously Morbid has different color eyeliners too, but they just take so long to ship, y'all. And I gotta be in the mood to wait. Even though I did just order a bunch of lipsticks I'm waiting for, but yeah, we love Lethal. I had so much fun when I did that color combination series just using Lethal. I really love that brand, and I realized I have everything I could want from them as far as like color wise, because I have so much. But we're gonna get ready to go, y'all. Maybelline and ColourPop. It's not one of them two. It's another brand. I can't remember what it is. I'm trying to find where to put this back, but I'll just wait. And they just started like a couple months ago, and I can't think of what it is. I forget, but anyway, we're gonna go, y'all, because we are seriously just hanging out by the fire, chit-chatting and telling horror stories right now. But we'll be back here Monday and probably Tuesday next week, and then Thursday videos going up in between, and an orange liner. And I do I have an orange? I'm not gonna put it on though, because we're oh shit! I dropped my waterliner palette. Ow! I pulled a muscle. Yeah, there is an orange in here. This one. That would look nice because it would pop off of these oranges up here. Hey, Alexis. Thank you for popping in. We're about to go, so please do watch the replay to see like how we did this and why. Because there is a story behind it. But yeah, y'all, we're gonna go. Thank you so much. Thank you, T, for popping in. Thank you, everybody else. And keep an eye on my community tab. Probably tomorrow, I'll say, because I'll probably forget tonight. But I am going to put some links on my community tab to the troll play stuff for the looks that I was talking about. And, you know, we'll just keep going from there. So thank you so much for being here. Replay crew, you rock. You're amazing. Thank you for being here. And, yeah, I will see y'all soon. As always, self-acceptance. Skinny Queen says don't forget the ears. I know, right? I'm going to do those first, actually, while it's on my mind. So yeah, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you'll see me soon. Thank you for the hearts. Bye, everybody.